me just sprinkle this in there. If you just say, "Oh, I'll just wait till I get there for the bank account," let me go ahead and throw this rude awakening on you. Nah, get. They not give a bank account. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Omari Bryant, and as you can see by the title of the video, if this is your first time here, I went in and packed my bags a little over 30 days ago and came back home to Jamaica after being left at the age 11, and I've only been back a handful of times. So I know some of you guys have been like in the comments, I wish you the best of luck. Then I've had some comments off of TikTok as well. Why on earth would you move back? But I wanted to go ahead and share a couple of things with you guys about my 1 month update. Be full, truly, and transparent as well. So if you're an expat that's thinking about coming to Jamaica, or also a returning resident, or even a generational Jamaican where your parents birthed you in America and you want to come to Jamaica, I want to go ahead and break it down to you and pretty much just give you the real of if you think about doing it right now, currently in 2026. So I went ahead and packed my bags, as you guys can see, on June 6th. I packed my bags and got on my flight and left from Tampa, drove all the way to Orlando, and went ahead and got on my flight and came straight to Jamaica. Now that day, I will have to say, there was a lot of hustle and bustling going on. I had 4 suitcases, as you guys can see in the picture. I'm a bata with them, and at the airport, I'm going and logo with them, load them up. I'll spend $500 and get them here.
What the Russ?
But honestly, really and truly, it was all well and worth it, because there was a lot of things that I wanted to make sure I had with me for my comfort. And that is the biggest thing that I want you to keep in mind if you are planning on moving back to Jamaica or coming to Jamaica as an expat. What do you need to be comfortable? Whether you're coming from the UK, you're coming from Canada, you're coming from the United States, or anywhere else in the world, what is going to go ahead and make sure that your stay is comfortable? So I want to cover that. Also, the real, what is it like when you arrive? And after that little honeymoon moment of you, yes, I'm in Jamaica and this and that, I rate it, like what does an everyday life look like as well? I want to share that with you guys as well, and also a little bit of my challenges that I've been facing. So the first thing I will have to go ahead and say, like, when you first get here, Jamaica is beautiful. What I mean to tell you, from the time that the plane land all the way up until the time of when I got here to my dwelling, I was just smiling, happy, very excited to be here. Jamaica, beautiful hot sun, just seeing the water as you're driving by on the road and all them type of things there. Those went ahead and brought back so many memories of when I would always see the water coming down Long Hill when I lived deep in the country in Hanover, and would see the beautiful blue turquoise waters and all them type of things there, and hearing the sounds of Jamaica, hearing the beep beep beep, and all them type of things. Like, it was just so nostalgic within that moment, and I was so happy to go ahead and see it. I was even though when you go to the airport and things like that, the immigration officer and them, they're not always the nicest, but that's their job and things like that. They have to go and ask you certain questions and all those different types of things. So after we get through with that, I got my bags and met with my realtor and the driver. Everything did Chris. Everything was all right. I went ahead and we stopped at Progressive and got some food and all them type of things. I will have to say that grocery shopping can be very expensive here in Jamaica if you are someone that, again, go back to that comfort level. If you're someone that wants to be able to get everything that you're used to getting in the United States or Canada or the UK, it's probably going to run you a little bit of money. It honestly is. So shopping, I'm still trying to figure that out for myself. I've only been here a month, and I've only gone shopping about 3 times since I've been here, and each time I've gone shopping, I've just went ahead and tried to get creative with certain things that I can get and how I can make them stretch. So I've been working on that a lot lately. As far as like purchasing meats and stuff like that, I will go ahead and say it can be a challenge to get it at the grocery store, because really all I've seen at the grocery store was like saltfish and chicken. I don't know. That's all I seen at Progressive and Fairview and Montego Bay when I was there. I didn't see really any other too many meat options, honestly, but it just all depends on your preference. Like for me, I know that eventually, like, I just want to eat pure snapper. Pure snapper with me one yam and just kind of have a lot of vegetation and different grains and things like that. That's for me. But it's however, whatever floats your boat, right? So the next part, I will have to go ahead and say, please have the gift of patience. please, I'm telling you, have the gift of patience. Because what I mean to tell you, when I'm say Jamaica Depan Island time, the Depan Island time. This is the land of everything is going to be all right, everything irie, everything crisp. That's how they move. And please don't come here with that attitude of, well, it's been da 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 da. Don't bother. Don't bother. And the online services, forget it. Just go ahead and go in person. Get up early in the morning and go in person. What I mean to tell you, the gift of patience is what I am learning while I am back here on this island, because I've never lived here as an adult, is really setting in. So please go ahead and just have the gift of patience and solitude when you first come here, because you can't go down cuss and carry on and expect it to get done, because them I'm going about them business here.
You're Ross, you.
Like, honestly, that is what's gonna happen to you, right? So, you know, despite of everything somebody may say about Jamaica this, Jamaica that, they have bad customer service, which they do. There's the customer service is like it's non-existent. They, you know, any type of customer service worker, you're going to walk up to them, good morning. They're gonna look at you and they're gonna go about their way, whatever. You blend in soon, right? You know, for me, when I grew up here in Jamaica, and I grew up in a very, very small village in rural Hanover, southern rural Hanover, and it was, you know, you say good morning to everybody, you address everybody. I've noticed those type of things don't happen quite often here anymore. But when you get to know the person and things like that, then obviously it will change. And Jamaica is all about connections. So please, when you first just arrive and you don't have those connections, please go ahead and be patient. When you make those connections, things will get a lot easier for you. And be friendly when you do make those connections and ask questions, because I'm telling you, you never know who knows who, and it can make your experience better, right? All right, so again, the main word and part of this, right, is your comfortability levels. So like me, when I went ahead and came, I wanted to be as comfortable as possible, because I'm transitioning from the United States, where I have my hot water, I have my Wi-Fi, I can turn on my pipe anytime I want to, those type of things. And I know you guys are probably sitting there thinking like, well, I thought you could do that normally. Not necessarily all the time. Because this is where my frustration level kicked in, right? One day, water was gone. No notice. I don't know when it's coming back. Nothing, right? The best thing you can maybe do is go ahead and call and report it, if you can even get anybody on the phone.
What do, Ross?
If they'll even answer the phone. There's that one. One day, light decided to go. Granted, I am so happy and I am very fortunate, thank you, Father God, because I have solar panels on this roof. If I didn't have solar panels on this roof, I don't think I could comfortably run the air conditioning and comfortably be able to sit in here and work, because I do work from home, and just be able to exist, because it's hot. Jamaica is very, very hot. So air conditioning, you better figure it out as a means of that you're gonna need it. And especially if you're coming from the States like Florida, where I was living, where there's air conditioning everywhere. It's kind of hard to transition from air conditioning to no air conditioning, right? So another thing that I will have to go ahead and say as well is Jamaica Public Service. Yeah, them. Remember the customer service part that I was just telling you guys about, how you can't go ahead and get anybody on the phone or anything like that. Be prepared. Be prepared, because they have this thing where when you go ahead, you know, they have online services, of course. Like I said, they have online services. They do. But they have this thing where you go ahead and you can log into an app or online or whatever, and you pay your bill, right? Before they go ahead and allow you to do that, you have to go ahead and put a card on file, right? And they take out a transaction of that card of whatever random amount of money that they want, by the way. They don't even tell you how much they're gonna do.
Wait a damn minute.
And then you have to punch it in, and then they'll verify your card. It's just, it's a mess. So they have no recollection, by the way, of this transaction when I reached out to them as well. And I had to do this like via chat and all this kind of other stuff. But the point that I'm trying to make here is online services, just again, back to the other word of patience. So remember, you're gonna learn three skills that you're gonna need in this video, okay? You're gonna need to be patient, and you gotta know what your level of comfortability is, okay? Okay. I hope everybody's with me at this point. And I had really no direction when it came to this video. I just said I'm gonna come and I'm gonna tell the people the real exactly how I feel. Now, do I regret in any bone in my body right now to go ahead and come back a yard? No, I do not. Do I wish that I did certain things that I would be prepared for? Yes. Did I know that I was going to have to struggle a little bit more when I got here? Kind of maybe. But at the same time, in my defense, time was running out, right? I didn't want to really renew my lease for my place, and I just say, you know what, we're going to figure it out. However, though, since I have been here, I figured a lot of things out. I figured out how a lot of things work and how things can be made possible. So the one major thing I will go ahead and tell anybody, if you're going to make that transition or you're in the process of making that transition now, just make sure you do a lot of your research, right? So like if you're one that you want somewhere that's going to be walking distance to places, you may want to look at that from a broad spectrum, right? And be careful as to where you want to go live. Most others also have family members and things like that live on the island. You may have them as well, but remember, they have their own life too. Right? They do have their own life. I have cousins and stuff that live here. Have they been here to see me? No. But they have their own life. I can't be upset about that, right? So just consciously think of those things. I like to eat, say for instance, you like to eat out all the time. Are the things that you're going to want be there, right? Or do I go ahead and get somewhere to go stay where I can plant some food, right? Or do I want to go live somewhere that I could possibly live an off-grid lifestyle? How am I going to commute around, right? Commuting around could be very expensive here in Jamaica, depending on where you live. So like, just to throw a number out there, for me to go anywhere and come back, it's gonna start me at $100 US, which is 15,000 Jamaican dollars. Yes, you heard that correctly. Because the cost of gas here on the island is very expensive. It's like anywhere between $8 to $9 US a gallon, because they go by liters here. So you have to think about those different things. So, I could argue and say, yeah, the cost of living for housing and stuff in the States is higher, but you're also dialing it back down to, okay, well, the cost of food is a little bit more in Jamaica. My utilities are a little less, right? Especially if you have solar, ding, 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 right? Say for instance, you have the solar, but the outcome of it all, depending on your lifestyle and usage and comfortability, right, may change that. So, just have a open, broad understanding, and there is no like official blueprint of how to move to Jamaica properly. There are ways to make the experience better, right? However, to go ahead and just say a complete blueprint of that is not it. So, I know a major thing when I go on TikTok on live, and I always get asked as well, and also some of you guys have asked as well in the comments, what am I doing for work? I am so happy you asked. So let me just say this. I never plan to come to Jamaica and take a job away from a Jamaican at all. I don't want to come here and do an entry-level job and make less than $1,000 US a month. I don't want that. It doesn't work for me. So for me, I already knew I needed to have a remote job, my own income, and something on the side as well. So what I was doing in the States, if you're OG, I don't know, no work on people don't eat. I'm a coutier. And I drove for Uber and Lyft as well. So I did everything underneath the sun pretty much. I had a career that I still was doing for many, many years. And then I also went ahead and had the ability to kind of make some money on the side, and I also have my other career as well, which is barbering. We snatched literally all of those things away when I came here, so I already knew that. So I went ahead and got a little remote job. It's still in dentistry, which is nice. So I'm working with dental insurance claims, which only requires me to work so many hours throughout the day, which is nice. And then I also went ahead and said, okay, I'm going to do some barbering. But then I also said, there's other ways I can make money online as well too, which I have been working on. So if that is what's hanging you up, think about what your profession is. Now, Jamaica needs a lot of businesses, right? So if you have an entrepreneur mindset, you feel like that you can open up a business, there's a plethora of different businesses that could be opened up here on the island. However, though, you want to make sure you're doing these channels properly and the right avenue. So you want to ensure that you're looking at what the requirements are and so on and so forth. And all of this information is online. You can look it up. It's not difficult. I went ahead and met a husband and wife. They have a call center here in Jamaica, and they employ quite a bit of Jamaicans, and they're making really, really good money, and they're getting paid in US, which is extremely nice. So, if you can come and make the opportunities available, do so. If you're a nurse, please come to Jamaica. Nursing is definitely a high in demand field here on the island. We definitely need nurses. We need doctors and things like that, lawyers, all these different things. Now, the one thing I will be honest with you, are you going to make anywhere near what you made in the United States? No. You're not going to do that. However, which I knew that as well, like me being a barber, am I going to make what I was making in the United States per cut? No, but that's okay. It's okay because my cost of living has also went down. So like for me, everything that I had planned and I wanted it to go, is it going 110%? No, it's not. It's probably going maybe about 30%, to be honest. But at the same time, I'm in paradise. I really am. I'm in paradise. I have the beach across the street from me. Is it the most glamorous beach? No, it's not. But to be able to go out on my veranda, I'm on in time with my tea and go and look outside and see the nice blue turquoise waters that I was telling you about earlier in the video. Is it nice? It's very nice. I love it. Who would love that? Who would love that? I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in here. I don't even have any neighbors besides me. So honestly, I can't complain, because what I was yearning for, and the one thing I hated when I was living in the States in my little 1-bedroom apartment, was I could hear my neighbors upstairs. I can hear on either side of the wall too. So it was nice to have a relief of just peace. Can I say it's just peaceful? I don't hear no boom boom. I don't hear nothing like that. Like, it's nice. I'm really, really enjoying that. So, getting peace, also being able to come back home, be back in touch with my roots, be back in touch with the understanding of there is a possibility of a slower life. It comes with these different things. Like I said, you're going to have patience. What is your comfort level? All these different things, and just understanding that. And if you understand those things when you come, it'll prevent you from saying, I don't know if I really should have came here, because I'm telling you, there's a plethora of different videos on this platform, right? And I'm pretty sure you probably stumbled on one before you came here, and it's okay. It's okay. It's totally okay. I promise you it's okay. It's not for everybody, but this is why I said, for me, I needed a test drive experience, and that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I have a test drive experience going on right now. And, since I've been here, I've been able to go on my test drive journey, learn throughout all these different processes and policies and procedures and understanding how different things get done. And guess what? I went ahead, and instead of you having to do all this hard research, I went ahead and did it for you. Yeah, I went ahead and did it for you. I promise you I did it for you. I came out with, bam, a guide, right? A total guide. Boots on the ground here in Jamaica. What I mean to tell you, I have came up with a foolproof plan and also documented it here to save you the headache that I went through, okay? So I have in there how to get your TRN, your bank account. I have how to purchase a vehicle, purchase land properly, how to avoid scams, how to learn Jamaican patois too. If you want come down and sound like a real yardie, I understand them. I have that in it too.
Russ.
I have it in there too. So, all these different things that I went ahead and frustrated me, and I didn't know within the last almost a month and pretty much a month and a half I've been here now. I've went ahead and been able to put it all into a guide. Okay. And this guide is going to save you thousands, and it's going to stop you from scratching your head like, why is this going this way? But we already talked about this. Remember our words: patience, comfortability. Those are the two main words I want you to take away from this video. And understand that if you can't have them things there and have an understanding of what your comfort level is and what you're willing to do with and what you're not willing to do with, your time is going to be difficult. And this doesn't even just go for Jamaica. This goes for pretty much any country in the world, and especially, you know, as they like to call Jamaica a third world country. I just like to call it the beautiful rock that it is, because Jamaica is just God bless, and I absolutely love it. And you know, I hope that this video was able to be informative to you, understanding, and also you got a little bit in my business as well. But definitely, if the ebook interests you in any type of way, because I'm telling you, it's going to save you a headache. It's going to talk about, yes, like I said, and let me just sprinkle this in there. If you just say, oh, I'll just wait till I get there for the bank account, let me go ahead and throw this rude awakening on you. Then I get They're not getting a bank account, because you know what they're gonna tell you, the same thing the woman tell me on the phone. Well, we don't know you yet, and you just came back here, and how do we know you're not gonna go ahead and open up an account and you get a loan or something, and then you just stiff us and go back at your yard? That's what they told me. So they told me I have to be here for a while and be able to show that I live here and have utility bills and all that type of something there before they even allow me to have a bank account. And that was 2 banks that I spoke with. That was Scotia and Sagicor that I spoke with. So, you know, hey, in the comments you guys can go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong, but when I called them both, that's what they told me. So upon my research, I went ahead and found a very friendly bank that will allow you to open up at least a savings account. And then when you get here, you can go ahead and expand it and so forth to get at least establish yourself, get your TRN and all them type of things there, and how to go ahead and find a good place to live, all them other nice goody things there. Go ahead and check out the link below. I definitely appreciate it. But all the new persons that went ahead and are joining me on my journey, welcome in. I definitely appreciate every single one of you guys. Again, my name is Omari Bryant, and I went ahead and pack up my things them, and I'll be age 32 on the 22nd, and say, hey, the hell with it. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jamaica a try, and that's what we're doing. We're on our test drive right now. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Big up on yourself. Go ahead and give me some love in the comments if you made it this far. Go ahead and put the Jamaican emoji in the comments if you made it this far. Big up on yourself. I appreciate you guys so much. And if you're planning to come back a yard, come back a yard. And if you see me out in the road, them go ahead and hail me up now. Nobody afraid. If you see me in Montego Bay, you probably will see me in Montego Bay, or maybe in Negril, go down and yell me up. All right, big up on yourself. I will see you guys in the next one. Later.